Hi, PPA parents. I'm Coach Lindsey, and I wanted to share an article with you guys that I found on activeforlife.com. The article is entitled 5 Tips for Supporting Your Child in Sports. All of the findings in this article was pulled from sports psychology research on parenting, so I thought that this would be pretty cool to share with you guys. I have 3 key takeaways, and if you like these 3 key takeaways, then I'm going to leave the link to the full article in the comments section below. So if you like the key takeaways and you want to read all 5 tips, or you just want to read the article more in depth, go ahead and click on that link. And then also make sure you comment after reading the entire article and let me know how you guys liked it. Were the tips helpful? Were they useful? Etc. So let's get right into it. So the first key takeaway that I got, even right before they started to get into the 5 tips, the author shared the golden rule for sports parents. So basically the golden rule is to be consistent with your behavior and your words. So however you act or however you talk before, during, after a game, make sure that's consistent for the entire season, all right? The article finished off saying that inconsistency can lead to confusion for the child. So I thought that it was really important to add the golden rule as a key takeaway. The second key takeaway that I got from the article was to emphasize effort and personal improvement. And you want to emphasize effort and personal improvement over outcomes. So of course, when we're thinking about sports, an outcome is going to be, okay, did my child win the game? Did my child's team win the game? Did my child have a career high maybe? Or did my child score more points than they did their last game? So what you really want to do is focus more on, are they giving more effort? Do you see them being more engaged? Do you see them being more focused? And then also personal improvement. As we all know, everybody starts out on different levels. Everyone's child is different. And as a coach, I'm definitely well aware of that myself. So something that I like to do is, say if I have one player and I realize that they're not that great at shooting free throws, but say if they happen to make all of their free throws in one game that we have, I'm going to congratulate them on that. I'm going to give them a special shout out at our team meetings. And I'm definitely just going to hype them up and let them know, I see that you've made improvements. I see that you faced what might have been a fear, which is shooting at the free throw line, and you're getting better at it. So always reinforcing when you see a change in effort and when you see personal improvements. The article finished out by saying, if you focus too much on outcomes, then that can create anxiety for the child. And that anxiety can lead to just not wanting to play the sport, not wanting to return next season, maybe wanting to quit halfway through the season. And then, of course, if you realize that your child loves to play basketball, soccer, whatever the sport may be, of course, you want to keep them engaged and keep them enthusiastic about that. So again, second key takeaway that I got and that I really liked was to emphasize effort and personal improvement over outcomes. I think that's something that not only parents, but coaches, friends, family, fans, we all should be well aware of that golden rule, or not golden rule, but more so that second key takeaway. The last key takeaway that I wanted to share with you guys that I got from the article was to communicate and share goals. So before the season, I think it would be a good idea, sit down with your child, say, hey, why do you want to sign up to play sports at PPA? Or why are you interested in hoops? Why are you interested in soccer? Of course, some kids are a little younger, so they might not really have that answer. They just want to go out and have fun, which is totally fine. But just kind of being on the same page about their expectations for the season. You know, maybe they want to go out and make friends. Maybe they want to improve their jump shot if they're a hooper. Whatever it may be, just give them a chance to kind of explain their thoughts on the season. Again, if your child is a little younger, of course, this conversation might not go as far, but what I gather from the article, I think it is a good thing to try, just to sit down before the season and see where their mind's at. Another thing that I got from the communicating and sharing goals is that you also want to do a check-in. So once the season starts, maybe 1 or 2 times during the season, you want to sit down and say, hey, so how's it going? How are you liking your teammates? How are you liking your coaches? And then that would be a great way to go back to the goals that you guys might have talked about before the season started. So if your child said, hey, I want to improve on my 3-point jump shot, ask them how do they feel they improved on that. Just a good check-in, just to kind of see how they're feeling, and to just remind them of the goals that they might have set for themselves. I really, really enjoyed reading this article, and I think that you guys will like to read the article too. Again, you don't have to if you don't want to, but if any of this information that I'm sharing with you sounds good, definitely follow this link that I've listed on the right side of this slide. It'll take you to activeforlife.com. And again, you can read all of the 5 ways that you can support your child in sports. I'll also leave this link in the comments section below, and you can click on it and go right to the article. Thanks, guys.